Since its incorporation in 1963, the Winnipeg Art Gallery has welcomed visitors to experience one of the country's finest art collections. But this Sunday, the WAG-Quamajuq is taking art appreciation beyond the gallery walls with a unique event that blends culture, design, and architecture. From 10 a.m. to 4 p.m., the gallery is hosting the 12th edition of its Home Tour Fundraiser, offering an exclusive look inside 5 remarkable homes in Headingley, Manitoba. Part exhibition, part living design magazine, part immersive experience, the tour showcases everything from sleek mid-century modern and serene Scandinavian-inspired spaces to cutting-edge sustainable living. Whether you're dreaming of your own renovation, fascinated by interior design, or simply curious to step inside homes that feel like works of art, this year's tour promises to be an inspiration at every turn. And joining me here in the Class of 107 studio to talk about the WAG-Quamajuq's 12th edition of the Home Tour, I'm joined by Esme Scarlett, who is the chair for the Home Tour event. Hi, Esme. Great to have you here.
Hi, Chris. Thanks so much for having me. I'm excited to be here and chat about the home tour.
So I want to start out the conversation by simply asking, as a kid, one of the things I used to do was take walks with friends along Wellington Crescent. And even when I was younger, we were living in Edmonton, my aunt would take us on slow drives to the big houses in Edmonton. Home tours are super popular. Why do you think people find being in someone else's beautifully decorated home is so engaging?
Hmm, Great question, and I think you might have already answered it. I think when you talked about walking along Wellington Crescent and looking at that beautiful architecture from the exterior, but then wondering what might be inside, I think that's exactly what inspires people to take in a home tour. We all like to peek inside something that's so beautiful and wonder what it's like in there and what life is like in those homes.
Mhm. This is the return of the home tour. It took a few years hiatus. Why was there a break between the events?
So typically, the home tour actually is more of a biannual event.
Mm.
And in 2020, we were all ready to roll. And of course,
Yeah.
and set us back. So that tour had to be canceled. And of course, then it took us a while for people to again be comfortable opening their homes up to really a public event.
The tour is taking place in Headingley along the Assiniboine River. Can you talk about why that area was chosen and who suggested that the tour take place there?
So our planning committee is the group that chooses the community. And, typically our home tour has taken place in Tuxedo, River Heights, Old Crescent Wood, Riverside communities in the city. Those, beloved communities always draw, a great crowd to the home tour. But this year we want to kind of step back from that a little bit and introduce the community of Headingley. The community is really growing and it has some really hidden gems that what we now know is most people aren't aware of. Headingley is kind of where nature meets estate style living, and these homes are tucked away. Many people don't even know they exist. So we thought this was a great opportunity to introduce the community of Headingley.
Mm. And organizing something like this, it just must be a logistical nightmare. How far in advance did the committee have to start planning? And were the homeowners eager to open their doors to viewers?
Wow, you nailed it. This event, believe it or not, takes a year of preparation. There is so many details. There is so much work to do. When you arrive on the day of the tour, you would wonder perhaps how does this take 1 year of planning? But it truly does, and it starts with finding the homes. So there's a whole process where we tour the community and we look at homes that we think would be suitable for this event. And then, of course, we reach out to homeowners. Now, what we find is the 5 homeowners we have that are participating in this year's event are absolutely ecstatic to open their doors. They can't wait. It's so much fun. Sometimes, sure, a participant sort of needs to be reassured or they need more information from our end. But what we find is whether people who we approach do decide to participate or they decide not to, they're always honored to have been asked.
Perfect. The tour is self-guided. Can you talk about the importance of volunteers? I just think it must take a lot of volunteers to sort of keep things running smoothly. Is that the case?
Yes, absolutely. And that's all part of the planning that we were just talking about. We have actually just over 100 volunteers who are going to be keeping this ship sailing on Sunday. So it does take a lot of volunteer effort to make this work. The volunteers do everything from getting the home ready to open, to taking tickets at the door, to answering questions that guests have. So there's so much for them to do. And then the final cleanup before we turn the home back over to the homeowners. So much that needs to be done. The volunteers take care of it all seamlessly. And we're so grateful that there's over 100 of them out on Sunday to make this event run smoothly.
Is there a particular order that people need to view the houses in, or can they start wherever they want? And the other thing I'm wondering is, can they see a house more than once? Like, can they see the 5 houses and go, wow, I really would like that house. I want to see that again. Can they do that?
The ticket actually allows admittance once to each home, but that's kind of all there's really time for. But absolutely, you can start anywhere on the tour and make your way through the community, find all the homes, and it really does take most of the day to get all 5 in.
Oh, wow. Um, there's also a map that people get with the homes, and it has pit stops and points of interest. Can you talk about that a bit? The map that people can get with the ticket?
Yes, the map comes in everybody's passport, and it clearly indicates where all the homes are located. You can punch them into your GPS and find them more detail if you wish. We also have some written instructions that people can pick up at the home, where if you don't happen to have GPS or you'd like a little more information, there's actually written instructions to help get you from home to home. So that's all available to help as you find your way through Headingley. Oh, and the pit stops you were asking about. Absolutely. Shelmerdine Garden Center is opening their doors to us on Sunday. They actually have tickets available for sale. So if you're in the Headingley area, by all means, drop in and grab yourself a ticket. And on Sunday, their doors will be open as well. If you'd like to drop in for a little rest stop, they'd be happy to see you.
Oh,
And Canadian Countertops has also opened their doors for us. They're on Karen Road in Headingley. And if guests want to find their way there, they're going to offer some refreshments and a rest stop. So those are 2 great places to stop if you're joining us for the day.
right. There are 5 very contrasting homes in the tour. Can you give a brief overview of the houses that people will be able to see, and why were those houses chosen?
Sure. I'll just give you a really quick snapshot because there's lots that could be said about each home. But just to give you the flavor, one of our homes is in the development called Taylor Farms in Headingley. It was built in 2020. And this spectacular home was called the Sugar Cube home because it wasn't built with traditional typical wood frame construction. It was built with what they call ICF insulated concrete forms on all 3 floors. So as it was rising, it kind of looked like a sugar cube home. So it's a fabulous home to visit. Also, we have a contemporary loft style home with what we think is real Manitoba flair. It's got lots of industrial finishes, concrete, raw wood. It's also got an amazing, if you're familiar with Rachel Lancaster, she's a local artist, creates amazing murals, and she's done a fabulous custom mural for them in the home. But the big surprise, I probably shouldn't be letting the surprises out of the box, but the big surprise is on the lower level, there is a vintage truck coming out of the ceiling. Something you gotta see. So much fun. We also have a minimalist Scandinavian-inspired retreat. It is beautifully finished, clean lines, custom built for the owner. It has an outdoor space not to be believed, a outdoor kitchen that you won't want to leave, complete with an amazing custom pizza oven. So that's a place you definitely want to see. We also have a riverside retreat found in the Oaks, which features amazing, luxurious interiors and expansive river views. This home is truly designed for entertaining. It's got an outdoor oasis that really has to be seen. It's got an oversized pool that overlooks the Assiniboine River. So really a place that once you visit, you probably won't want to leave their backyard. And finally, we have our mid-century modern home. It was built in the 1950s. It's been added on to and is currently being renovated to an unbelievable level, but it's still maintaining the finishes and the design of that original mid-century build, which people I think are going to love to see. It's also set on 36 acres, so it's very park-like. It's an amazing adventure to see this home. And in fact, when you arrive, you'll be shuttled in because there's an amazing winding drive that takes you to the home. So we are going to shuttle you into the home and shuttle you back out. So it's really something you don't want to miss.
Oh, that sounds really, really terrific. When you're talking about the homes, you're talking about the vintage truck being suspended from the ceiling and all these wonderful things. One of them, I would imagine one of the reasons people would take part in tour is to get inspiration for what they can do for their own houses. Are there going to be volunteers on site that can sort of help answer questions about how exactly this was done and what materials were used to achieve it?
Absolutely, Chris. The volunteers on site do have some good basic information about the build and finishes that people are going to see. Also, many of the homeowners are also leaving out cards of their builders, their finishers, their designers. So if people want to reach out to those individuals, there's going to be information on site in many of the homes.
The event is a fundraiser for the WAG-Quamajuq's various arts initiatives and community programs. How much are tickets and where can people go to get tickets for the home tour?
So the tickets are just $50, and again, money going to support the WAG, a great cause. And they can be picked up in person really easily at Shelmardine Garden Center. They are also available online on the WAG website.
For you as one of the organizers, what do you find so compelling about this home tour? Is it the sense of community, the architectural inspiration? What are you looking forward to most throughout Sunday?
Wow, I'm looking forward to so many things. It is such a fun day, and I always love seeing the visitors come through and watching how much fun they have experiencing these homes that are really spectacular homes that no one ever gets the chance to just peek inside of. So fun to watch them experience that. But most importantly, I think I'm really excited to invite the community to come into the community of Headingley and experience it, experience the nature, experience the estate style living, just experience Headingley, because we truly know that many people just haven't had a chance to be out there and explore the whole community of Headingley. So looking forward to bringing people out.
Mm. That's the WAG-Quamajuq's 2025 edition of the home tour in Headingley sounds super fun and really interesting. All the best. I hope the fundraiser is a big success, and thanks so much for sitting down and chatting with me about it today.
Oh, thanks so much, Chris. It's really been my pleasure to be here.
Mm. For our Classic 107 listeners, the WAG-Quamajuq's home tour takes place this Sunday, September the 14th, between 10 a.m. and 4 p.m. out in Headingley. For more details, visit thewag.ca or go to classic107.com. I've embedded a direct link to the event page in the article about the home tour. They can find it there now. Esme, thanks again.
Thanks, Chris.
Good. Good.
Was that okay?
Yes. You got